Now we're going to revisit one of our top stories this hour. The IMF and Pakistan have reached an agreement providing Pakistan the much-needed breakthrough that it needs when it comes to easing its economic crisis. For more on this, Khaqan Najeeb joins me live from Lahore. He's a former advisor to Pakistan's Ministry of Finance. Good to have you here with us on TRT World. How long before the Pakistani public starts to receive the benefits of this agreement?
So it was extremely important for Pakistan to keep IMF as an anchor. Reason being, Pakistan's foreign exchange reserves, nearly at $4 billion, are not enough to even support 1 month of import. Pakistan needs another about $6 billion in the next 6 months. IMF as an anchor would give that cover, would give that umbrella to have access to that kind of funding from commercial, multilateral and bilateral partners. Pakistan's board is likely to be done in sometime mid-July. Pakistan should start receiving the $1 billion or so from the IMF as a first tranche in this standby arrangement sometime in July. So all in all, the risk of default, which had heightened in the case of Pakistan, as we see Pakistan's bonds, which are not trading at the real value, and the credit default swap should calm down. The jittery markets should calm down within the country. But we have to remember, we are in an electoral cycle starting sometime in August. So this facility in the short run is a great breather for Pakistan. But the difficulties on the horizon do not go away. Our structural issues, our fundamental issues remain, and Pakistan must start work on those as soon as the new government takes office sometime by the end of 2023. That's the overall scenario. Once we get the $1 billion in the IMF facility, the standby arrangement, and we must remember this would be the 23rd facility that is offered to Pakistan by the IMF.
Right. I mean, experts would argue that this has almost become a vicious cycle. How do you think Pakistan can come out of this?
So that's the crucial question Pakistan should be asking itself. So Pakistan, one, has been in 23 facilities. Unfortunately, Pakistan has only completed one IMF program. So that's the first thought that Pakistan should be thinking about. That why is it that even going into the programs, the reforms that we agree with the IMF are difficult to complete? And then the experts would argue rightly that Pakistan, every time starts to grow, we fall in a balance of payments challenge. Our current account, our external account deteriorates. And as soon as that happens, our foreign exchange reserves plummet as they have now, and we go to the IMF. And so, doing that over and over again is not a good omen for Pakistan. That is why I have always said that till Pakistan develops its own plan, which is structural in nature, which improves Pakistan's productivity, which fixes the policy of exchange rate management, which fixes our fiscal deficit, which fixes our energy crisis, which fixes our agriculture sector, it will be difficult to create a comfort on the external sector, which is why we keep going to the IMF. Now, all that, Pakistan, like many other developing nations, has found it hard to do. I think the real crisis in Pakistan has always been of an economic governance. Couple that with the political instability that is prevalent today and has been prevalent for some time, that's not a good constellation to be in. The external challenge has also been great. Pakistan was hit by an exogenous shock of the floods, which by any stretch of imagination was too huge for a country like Pakistan with a weak economy to handle. Couple that with the Ukraine challenge, the commodity challenge, it's been difficult.
All right, fascinating insights into the topic. Khaqan Najeeb, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.